Mike D'Antoni. Joke! Chris Paul, every time he gets past the second round. Joke! And lastly, it pains me to say this because he actually played well in this series. But James Harden in the playoffs, honestly, joke! What is going on, y'all? It's Jamal McKinney, your boy. I'm back with another fire sports content for y'all. Be sure to like this video right now. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Give me y'all great instant access. I just got done watching that Golden State Warriors game versus the Houston Rockets. It was an amazing game. Great game overall. Honestly, listen, there's no excuse for Houston. I'm sorry. I'm not giving them a pass. I'm not. They had a huge opportunity in Game 5 last game when Kevin Durant automatically went down and James Harden and Chris Paul went ghost, okay? They had an opportunity in game number 1 when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson had ankle injuries, okay? Where they were a little bit hobbled, okay? That was not particularly the case, but, just getting Golden State, you need to at least get one of those 2 games. You need to split with them in Golden State. They could not do that. They had an opportunity in game 1. James Harden wanted to complain about the referees and the officiating. That was terrible. They won no road games in Golden State. You need to at least win one road game in order to win the series, and you failed to do that the first 2 games. You obviously got those 2 games back in Houston. Then obviously, like I said, last game, you absolutely blow the game once Kevin Durant goes down. That was your prime opportunity to win the game. In this game, you played well, but Steph Curry down the stretch was just better. He was just better than James Harden. He was just better than Chris Paul. Steve Kerr made more adjustments. The Warriors' bench was huge tonight, okay? They scored 30-some points, Their bench was only averaging, I think, 11 points per game. They stepped up big time. Kevon Looney was huge. Jordan Bell was huge. Andre Iguodala inserted in the starting lineup. He was great, okay? They just balled out. Their bench players played well, and they looked well prepared. Without the second-best player, one of the top 2 players in the league, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is out. Everyone wanted to say last year, Chris Paul was out. That's the reason that the Golden State Warriors won the series. Chris Paul was out, man. He was the difference. Chris Paul played the whole series, and you still lost. Okay, you still lost. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of hearing Houston fans saying, "Oh, Chris Paul, if he was there, we would have won. We won. We lost one of the top 2 players in the NBA, and we beat you." We want to see. There's no excuse for Houston. You were able to win games 3 and 4 at the services of Kevin Durant, dropping 46 points and 34 points. Who did that? Steph Curry scored 0. He threw up a donut in the first half. You have to put away the game then. The game should not have been that close at the half. You need to close them out there. That was your prime opportunity. Just put the game away. And you failed to do that. You failed to do that, okay? Look, now, I feel sorry for James Harden a little bit. I don't think he necessarily choked away the series, but he was definitely ghost in certain moments, okay? Now, tonight he scored a little bit in the clutch, but Steph Curry was just better in the clutch. Steph Curry will ultimately score 0 points in the first half, something like that. He was absolutely terrible in the first half. I don't know what he was doing. His wife needed to get him together or something. I don't know what she's doing, but Steph Curry was clutch. He had about 3 or 4 dagger shots where you're like, wow, the game might be over. Klay Thompson was amazing. I think he had like 27 points tonight. The Golden State Warriors are going to be fine, okay? Now, I do think potentially they're going to probably need Kevin Durant for that series if they face Portland. If they face Denver, I'm not worried about Denver. Because Denver, I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, by the way. I'm a Kevin Durant fan, if you did not know. Okay, but Golden State, they match it well with Denver. Denver had no shot at beating them in the regular season. They absolutely annihilated Denver during the regular season. I worry about Portland. You're going to need to score some points versus Portland. You're going to need pretty good defense to be played at times versus Portland. Kevin Durant definitely helps that void, okay? And you're not winning the championship without Kevin Durant. You're not beating the Milwaukee Bucks, who I assume are probably going to get out the East. And I was wrong about the Toronto Raptors and things like that. But, I assume that the Bucks are going to come out the East. You're not beating the Milwaukee Bucks without Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's one of the top 2 players in the league. He will make the huge difference. The Milwaukee Bucks are a juggernaut. They have 50 double-digit wins on the year. Giannis is playing out of his mind. He's putting up Shaquille O'Neal type numbers. The Golden State Warriors are going to need Kevin Durant in order to win a championship. But he's probably going to come back in about a week or 2. Okay, so the Golden State Warriors, they're going to hold it down. They're going to be fine. Steph Curry finally acted like he actually started wanting to play basketball. He looked terrible this whole series up until this game in the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter last game, he absolutely balled out when it counted most. James Harden and Chris Paul failed to put away the game early. They lost the series in games 1 and 2. They had opportunities in game number 5, and they just failed to capitalize. There's no excuse. Chris Paul was hurt last year. You said that was the reason you lost. Kevin Durant, one of the top 2 players in the league, who's probably been the best player in these playoffs, was out for the Golden State Warriors. They do not have Boogie Cousins. They do not have Kevon Looney. You still find a way to choke. I feel no sympathy for Houston. What can go wrong will go wrong. I told you guys that was what's going to happen. I said what can go wrong will go wrong for Houston. They cannot close out good games. James Harden, Mike D'Antoni, and his system are not great with adjustments. Steve Kerr made a ton of adjustments in the series. Mike D'Antoni made hardly no adjustments, okay? The Houston Rockets absolutely choked this series away. They should be ashamed of themselves. This might have been the best opportunity they could have gotten to make an NBA Finals. Next year, I think that this is their last year. If they don't win a title next year, they will never win a title. Okay, they might be the favorites next year. But after that, it's over. James Harden and Chris Paul, you ain't winning no more titles unless you join a stacked team. Okay, next year if you don't win a title. But that's pretty much it for this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Go KD and them Warriors. We on one, baby. We on 3-peat. And James Harden, you choked.